Now I know what you're thinking. Wagz, why are you drinking a beer on YouTube? Well, for starters, this is day 9 for me. It's been a very, very, very long week. And we're going to use this in the next cooking video, which starts now. So we're going with a Blue Point, which is home brewed on Long Island, from Long Island Brewing Company, winter ale. So it's a darker ale, but we're making a beer cheese sauce with this. So it's, to describe the flavor, it's a hoppy type beer, but it's dark. And depending on the type of cheese you're making with the beer cheese sauce, if you use a lighter beer, it's not as bitter. But if you want that bittery taste of like traditional beer sauce that you would probably eat like a pub or something, we're gonna go with a dark or amber colored beer type. So we gotta make a roux. So once you're with me, follow me to the stove and we'll get started. What's going on, FBF family? Wagz here. I gotta put this little thing together just because the sole fact, when I was using my lavalier, and this lavalier, I never had any issues with it up until this point. Now, it seems like when I was editing this couple videos that I would talk and then some words would drop significantly and it would just be a complete mess. So, in this video, right now, is one of those situations that it has happened. We are at the stove, we're getting the stove nice and hot, but you don't want to make it on high because you're making a roux, you don't want to burn it. But you are going to need a 1/4 cup of butter. I'm going to put it in the saucepan. We're going to change it to about 5 now. On the burner, we're going to open this bad boy up. Drop it in the pot. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of flour, which is I have conveniently placed right here. Drop this in here. Plop. And we're going to need to whisk it. Let's go ahead and close that. We're going to grab our whisk as it gets caught, and we're just going to whisk this slowly. Then you're going to add a couple of seasoning to it. You're going to add garlic powder and onion powder to it. So we could go ahead and add that to the roux. We'll let that sit there. So we need a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, and cayenne pepper. All right, so garlic powder. That's cinnamon. That's the secret sauce for the apple fritters. Do I have cayenne pepper? I probably don't. If you don't have one of the ingredients, it's fine. Let's see what we got here. No. That's cumin. I don't think we have garlic powder.
Garlic powder's on the counter. You're looking for onion powder.
Onion powder, that's correct. We can always use paprika. But it looks like we don't have onion powder, and that's okay. We'll make do with what we got. So as I'm going to whisk this together, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon. That, 1 teaspoon of paprika. Let's do it this side so you guys can see it. Get important action. There you go. Let's go ahead and put this away. We need a cup of milk. I'm gonna go grab that real quick. And we're gonna need spicy, which we don't have, but we will use the mustard that we used in the previous. There we go. The trick is just to keep on whisking it. Make sure everything gets all broken up. Now, I don't have the cheese prepped yet, and that's okay. And that's why it's always nice so you can lower the heat, which is I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna go ahead and shred cheese over at the table. With me at the table. All right, so now we have like a creamy consistency. We're gonna add our 2 tablespoons of mustard. 1, 2. This is done. Now we gotta add our beer. It calls for 3/4, but I'm gonna add a cup. Okay, just for my homies. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and add the cheese. Oh, you could smell it. You could smell the beer right away. Turn it up a little bit. And we're just gonna mix. There we go. So you know you did a good job once everything starts blending together. You still have a little clumpiness, which is good, because it depends if you want it like a sauce itself or if you want it a little bit thicker. It all depends on the texture that you guys like. Me, I like it kind of clumpy or smooth. It doesn't really make a difference to me. But you can tell it's not clumping. The only reason why it's a little clumpy right now is because of the cheese. And that just has to melt. So we're gonna let it melt, and let's get over to the fun part and start making the croissants that we're gonna use to dip in this sauce. So no matter how much I prepare myself, it gets scary every time. Oops. Again. That is awesome. All right, so last time I did this, there's no, there we go. We'll just put this on the table. What I'm gonna do is take this, I'm just gonna roll it, because obviously it's a croissant roll. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to roll it. I'm gonna roll it like this, but to make it go a little bit further, because we don't need a big thing, I'm gonna cut it in half. So where's my kniff? It's here. Time out, guys, hold up. 1 second, just a brief moment of your time. Wagz here, and I gotta say, I need you to hit that subscribe button and make sure you leave it a like, and make sure you hit that bell notification so it alerts you every time I upload. All right, guys, now back to the video. I actually even cut it into a little quarter. Pretty much little balls at this point. So, grab this one. Whoop. Just like that. You have to make the sound effect or else it doesn't roll properly. And you shouldn't be cutting on the table, but it's not like I'm sawing it like, I'm just doing its job. Like that. Flip it, cut into thirds. put it on the plate. I had some cheese stuck to it, and I just didn't want to. Put that there, put that there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something a little bit different too as well. I'm gonna add a little bit of butter to the top of it. Maybe add a little bit of seasoning. If I had sesame seeds, I would add those. But again, to each of their own, however you want to make it, it's up to you. Hey, what's going on, guys? Wagz here. And remember in the beginning of the video, I said I had some audio issues, and if I could go back in time, I would change it. Unfortunately, I can't go back in time to change it, and I'm trying to fix it in post. And unfortunately for me, it's not in the stars. So it seemed like the lavalier microphones that I was using was having some sort of interference, and I will not be using these lavaliers ever again up until this point. So I'm going to explain what was going on in the last 40 seconds or so in the video. I was just describing how it came out very well, and this was way out of my comfort zone. I never made a roux before. I never made beer cheese before. And I was very impressed in myself and my abilities to come out of my shell and to try something new. And that brings me back to the fact of FBF's beliefs that don't let fear hinder you from trying something and coming out of your comfort zone. If this is something that you truly want to do and truly want to try, just send it for the boys. You know, just go for it and just enjoy life, and don't let the fear of people bring you down. Don't let the fear of making mistakes bring you down. In fact, you learn from your mistakes. You're only human. And I do appreciate you guys looking at my videos, hanging out with me, even through some of my flaws and my own personal mistakes. This was a mistake. We live and we learn, and I know not to make it again. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. And if you guys have any recipes that you would like me to try, leave it down in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.